What's going on, everyone? My name is UnderTheRadar, and welcome to the EWT. This is going to be the Week 3 battle. Real quick, let's go over a couple transactions that... No, I had those last week for Leo's game that I don't think I recorded a team builder for yet, so I still got to do that. Anyway, welcome. So, no face cam because I'm feeling pretty sick. If you were watching, if you're watching anything else on my channel right now, you'll know that I'm pretty sick with a really bad stomach bug, but you know what, it is what it is. So this week we're playing against Slackout and his Northern Weasels, I believe is what they're called. Don't really know what that's based off of or anything like that, but either way. So looking at his team, very interesting team, honestly, overall, because I feel like it seems like a very hyper offensive team that can also be a very fat team if it's allowed to be, which is really annoying because you don't really have like a offensive core that you have to switch into or a defensive core that you have to break. It's like, okay, I have to cover for defensive this or offensive this, as well as defensive this or offensive this, etc. And it gets really difficult. But something that I did notice about my opponent's team is that their hazard removal is very lackluster, similar to ours. It's kind of lackluster, but at least with us, we have 2 spinners and a defogger. My opponent has 3 defoggers, and all of which I do not think are very good versus me. The only one that could be somewhat decent is Rotom. I don't think well, I guess they have 4 defoggers. Like, they have 4. So Volcanion, Dragonite, Girder, and Rotom. But I don't think Girder comes versus me. I don't think Rotom comes versus me, and I don't think Volcanion comes versus me either. But Dragonite could come as a really bulky offensive mon. So I wanted to play this in a way to where I was able to take advantage of the lack of hazard control, as well as the lack of Zygarde answers. So I wanted to start out the team with T-Spikes. That was like the big #1 thing that I wanted. I wanted T-Spikes on the team because if I'm able to get up a T-Spike and they don't have defog or they don't have Scolipede, then I'm able to keep these up the whole game, and I'm able to poison the only 2 checks that they have to my 2 offensive Pokemon, being my Zygarde and my Regieleki. Those are my 2 favorite offensive mons on the team. So whenever I saw that, like, if I get them poisoned, I can figure out a way for both of them to beat their checks. Like, that was a no-brainer for me. T-Spikes, knockoff, Ice Fang, Fire Fang. I have knockoff into Fire Fang for Scolipede. I have knockoff into Ice Fang for Dragonite. Enough speed with webs up to be able to outspeed Prim, I think. Jolly max speed Primarina without webs. With webs up, I outspeed, I believe, Crocodile. I believe. But yeah, so very, very good. T-Spikes are super important, and they're also super easy to get up this game because I'm able to bring this thing in on a lot of my opponent's team, and until they know my full moveset, they have to be scared of a lot. They have to be scared of Poison Jab on Prim, they have to be scared of knockoff on Jirachi, they have to be scared of knockoff on Gourgeist, things like that. So they do have to worry about it a lot, and with the other mons that I'm bringing, it's going to force in Jirachi a lot, which will always give me an opportunity to get up T-Spikes or free knockoff. I also have Rillaboom, which is able to force in their only real check to Rillaboom as well, and Gourgeist, and get up T-Spikes or a knockoff, get this thing in again. So that is going to be the main lead of choice, but I also have Slurpuff. Slurpuff hits 100, which I think is like speed creeping like Jirachi at -1, I think. Let me double check. I want to make sure that, like, how do I do this? I haven't even put the sets in. That's how you know it's very early for us playing. So if Jirachi is at -1, I don't outspeed it because I think it'll have to be max speed versus me because I don't know. I forget what the speed was for. I think it was for like general speed creeps versus Prim, maybe. I can't really remember, but Also, side note, why doesn't this thing get sticky hold? Like, it's a cake. It should have sticky hold, but whatever. Max Fizz Depth as my switch into Crocodile. Crocodile is a little bit of an annoyance for this team, so I really didn't want to have to deal with that too much. So if I bring in my Cobalion, which you will see next, I'm able to drop this thing in, and then I'm able to always get up webs after that. And if I get up webs and they don't have defog for whatever reason, everything on their entire team is outsped by pretty much everything on my entire team, which is great. And that also vastly reduces the likelihood of me getting swept by Scolipede. So yeah. And then Wish Protect to keep both of these two healthy, which are super important. And then versus Cobalion, I have enough speed for max speed Crocodile, so I can always click Flash Cannon versus it and do a lot of damage. I have Stealth Rocks, Volt Switch, and Taunt. Taunt is to be able to stop Jirachi from getting up rocks if it's a fatter Jirachi. I could run a little bit more speed, but I need the rest of the EVs to be able to live a couple of hits, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's like... Oh god, I did this spread so long ago. I can't even remember what they are anymore. But I need the rest of the EVs. I do know that for a fact, because I would have to do this, which is not good. But I also need the special attack investment to be able to guarantee do a lot of damage to things like Crocodile, to be able to do a lot of things. I believe the special attack investment is so I 3-8 KO Crocodile. Let me just double check, because I really do want to double check since I haven't played the game yet. And after last week, I also really want to win, so. Versus a Crocodile. Yeah, so it's a guaranteed 3-8 KO, even with leftovers, I believe. Yeah, 100% 3-8 KO after leftovers if it's like offensive, so it's not able to come in on like Stealth Rocks plus poison damage, things like that. Earthquake does nothing to me. Maybe that's what it was for Earthquake to do like 76%, give or take. Oh no, I remember what it was. I think it was Jirachi Calcs. Possibly the worst move ever. No, maybe it wasn't that. Was it? God, I really cannot remember what that investment was for. It was like, realistically, I probably should outspeed Jirachi. Either way, this is the set I'm bringing. I'm not going to change it because, like, I told myself after last week I did a ton of mocks and then I ended up changing too much and it ended up costing me the game, so I'm not doing that again. Next up, we have Subcoil 1000 Arrow Scale Shot Zygarde. This set does not have its sub broken by Gourgeist literally ever. If I'm able to get up a T-Spike, I'm able to substitute Coil up on it, and it can never break my sub unless it is Grass Knot in grassy terrain. That is the only thing that ever breaks my sub. So if I'm able to sub up Coil, I can then begin to sweep the entire team. And Scale Shot is able to be Dragonite because, as you will see, if I get up to +1 and Dragonite, if it has its multi-scale broken, it does 86 to 101. So that's with 3 hits. So if I'm able to get up to +2, it does a crap ton more. Ultimately, just a phenomenal bring versus them. And basically, if I get up a Coil and I'm behind a sub, they have to choose whether they want to set up or they want to break my sub. If I'm at +2, I don't even think a Dragon Claw would break my sub. Dragon Claw would, but Dual Wing Beat doesn't, Earthquake doesn't, and like, I just need +3, right? +3 is a roll. Either way, I'm able to set up on their bulky grass again, same way I did week 1, same way I could have done last week if I brought that, but yeah, so that is kind of sort of the goal. Just use this to set up, and then I have a couple backup answers. Like these 4 in the 2 mocks I did, these 4 were the only things that touched the ground. Like these 3 pivoted until I was able to get this in versus, I think it was like Crocodile or Jirachi or something. Scare it out with 1000 arrows. Click Coil once. I think it was Crocodile. Because it went for like CC and it had a weakened defense stat. So I went for Substitute, No, I went for 1,000 arrows as they switched out. And Gourgeist came in, got poisoned. I clicked sub, they didn't break it. I coiled up and I won. So these four do have the potential just to win on their own, but I also really like Regieleki because I outspeed Choice Scarf Jirachi, which is their fastest one outside of Scolipede, which this thing can't really take on Scolipede anyway. And then I have Sub Protect, Thunderbolt, Rapid Spin. I have Rapid Spin because they don't have a Ghost, and if I'm able to click Rapid Spin versus them, I can get rid of their spikes if they're lead spike stacking Scolipede. And if they want to bring in a Crocodile on me and they're poisoned with T-Spikes and they're slower than me, I'm able to click Sub, Protect, Rapid Spin infinitely and stall them out of pretty much everything. And it does get extremely annoying for them, which this thing is able to beat Crocodile because of T-Spike. That's phenomenal. Everything else in their entire team either dies or gets nuked by Thunderbolt. Like Jirachi takes like 70%, Scolipede dies, Gourgeist, if it's fully Spadef, it can't take on my Zygarde literally whatsoever. That would get 2-shot if it's Fizdef. Dragonite, if its multi-scale is broken, takes like 80. Girder takes like 80. Prim dies, Rotom dies, and then I think Wigglytuff is the only thing that can tank 2, and that's if I don't have a T-Spike up. I think. So 46, it's an 8.2% chance to KO after leftovers recovery, but if I have a T-Spike up, it's a 97.7% chance to a KO. So phenomenal Pokemon. It really does just do the work. Let me double check versus Rotom. That's the only other thing I'm a little iffy about. Yeah. Definitely. 67% chance. Yeah, like everything just takes so much damage from this thing. So very, very good ability to be able to break down Crocodile for the rest of the team. And then last but not least is my switch into Primarina, because that is the only thing offensively that I'm a little scared to switch into. Like I'm a little scared of Volcanion if it comes, but this will end up just being the switch into Volcanion. And then I have to try to pivot around it somehow since I don't really have the best Spadef on this team, but yeah. That is going to be the goal of the team, is just to try to pivot around. And even if this thing is burned, like Woodhammer to Primarina still OHKOs in terrain, even if I'm burned. Right? It does 87 to 102. Like it just does so much damage. So yeah, this thing is absolutely phenomenal. I really, really like it. This team is pretty good. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and hop right over into the battle, and I will see you guys over there. What's going on, everyone? My name is UnderTheRadar, and welcome back to the EWT. This is going to be the week 3 battle. We're going up against Slackout. I haven't played him before, but he's 2-0. Yeah, so I really need to come back from a win after last week's loss versus Leo. If you didn't see that battle, that link will be down in the description below. But basically, I just need to play a little bit smarter and think about the end game in this one. And I need to make sure that I keep my win cons in mind for this one, because I have a couple different ways that I could win this game, but I'm really expecting a lot of like Specs Prim, Gourgeist, no Jirachi. It's lit. Ditto does come though, slightly annoying. Scolipede also comes, slightly annoying. I'm gonna lead off with my Drapion, and I'm gonna try to get up a T-Spike like ASAP Rocky, because if I get up a T-Spike immediately, then I'm in a good spot. If they lead off with Crook, which is very likely, I'm just gonna go hard into my Slurpuff. If they lead off with Scolipede, I'm going to knock off into Fire Fang because it should always kill Scolipede. Okay. I'm going to calc a little bit early on in this, just to make sure I do this right. I'm going to click Knock Off. If I don't get up T-spikes, it's a little bit harder to win this game, but at the same time, getting this knockoff off is pretty big. That did 0. I actually live in Earthquake from this range. I'm gonna go for Fire Fang. They go for spikes. Totally fine. Just please hit the Fire Fang. Please hit the Fire Fang. Nice. Okay. Nice. So that's gone, and I can actually spin away a spike pretty easily versus them. And if Crocodile comes in, I can also set up a spike pretty easily versus, or a T-spike versus them pretty easily. I'm gonna go hard into my Slurpuff, and I'm gonna get up my webs. Like 2 Earthquakes never kills me, even after a spike. 134. Okay, I'm gonna get up my webs here. What do they go into? Rim. Okay. I'm gonna go hard into my Rillaboom. Even if they click Ice Beam, I live 1. Did they make the prediction? They did not, which is nice. Perfect. Now, part of me wants to click Knock here, but part of me also wants to click U-turn and get up that T-spike. Because there's no shot they're staying in here. Literally whatsoever. No shot. I'm clicking U-turn. Yep. Going into Gourgeist. Dragonite. Okay. Going into Drapion. Ice Fang doesn't kill, but nothing they can do can kill me. I'm going to go for knockoff here to get rid of their boots. Probably should T-spike here because a lot of my game plan relies on that. But even at +1, an adamant dual wing beat doesn't kill me. It's a roll. Because I think I'm at 131. I should have looked. But I think an adamant dual wing beat at +1 is a roll to kill me. They withdraw. See what they go into. Claptrap. I should have gotten up T-spikes. But you know what? At least I'm getting rid of this thing's item. And I could, in theory, sack this thing off right here. So what item did I get rid of? Lefties. Perfect. I'm at 124. I live in EQ. I'm going to set up my T-spike. I outspeed this thing because of sticky webs, and T-Spikes are pivotal. Sick. What'd they switch into? Murphy? What's that? Ditto? Fine by me. Part of me wants to get rid of this thing's Choice Scarf. Because if they set up T-Spikes on me, I can bring this thing back in later and absorb the T-Spikes, and I'm not that worried about it. But at the same time, I could also just go my Cobalion. Yeah, like if they click knockoff, I get a justified boost and scare them out. Like, now I get up my rocks, and now I've gotten up webs, rocks, toxic spikes. I don't know how the interaction works with T-Spikes versus a Ditto that copies the poison type. I don't know how that works, but I'm willing to bet it does not absorb them. They go back into Claptrap. It gets poisoned, which is fine. I don't think they're going to want to stay in here. Because, like, CC just nukes this thing. Especially because they don't have the Intimidate off. Like, I'm still getting lefties and grassy terrain. They know I outspeed it. I don't think they're going to stay in here. I really don't. I kind of want to get up my rocks to be able to start chipping away at everything. So that's what I'm going to do. They do switch out, which is perfect. Softy, what's this? Ditto? Dragonite, okay. I'm gonna taunt this thing. Yeah, I'm gonna taunt him. Because I'm not letting him defog away all this hard work that I just did. I'm not allowing that to happen. Let's see, did he go for defog? He goes for dual wing beat. This doesn't do much to me. I'm very, very physically defensive. And then I'm going to stay in here, I think, because realistically, once this thing is weakened, I'm good. I'm going to go for Flash Cannon. It should do about 27 to 33%, which is nice damage. Did a little bit less. But it's now in range of Thunderbolt. I'm gonna go for another Flash Cannon. I'm okay with trading this. Because realistically, this is like the only thing that is stopping my Zygarde. Yep. Dual wing beat again, totally fine. You know, you could miss one. God, that's toxic to say. What am I at? 55. I'm at 29%. Oof. I'm gonna taunt because I really, really do not want to risk this thing killing me. Or I don't want to risk him going. I don't want to risk him going for defog. That's what I meant to say. Because at this point, if he gets rid of the hazards, it's going to be very, very difficult for me. Like, I can get them back up kind of easily versus them, but let's see what are they going to? Velvet? What's this? Prim. Okay. I don't think I need my Rillaboom anymore. Do I want my Rillaboom? Yes, but I don't think I need it anymore. I'm gonna go for Volt Switch. Did a lot of chip damage. Can my Drapion live a hit by any chance? Hell no. But this thing is weakened enough to the point where I'm no longer scared of it. Like, my Rillaboom could die here, but I also could see them going for a flip turn here. They go for Moonblast. I should live this. Yep, nice. And now I think I go for Knock. Right? Yeah, I'm gonna go for Knock, because if I get rid of Specs, like, I'm cool with that. They stayed in, which is a little unfortunate. I was kind of hoping they would go into Dragonite. But they did not. But now what I can do is, if this thing dies, it won't die. Never mind. What I can do, though, is I can go into my Drapion, and they do not have fun with this Pokemon. Does Knock kill? No item prim from this range. It looks like it does, but not if he has a lot of bulk, but it is my strongest move. I also do live. It's a roll. Okay, cool, that killed. Whew. I was a little worried. I was a little bit worried there. If they go into Dragonite, I'm going to click Ice Fang. Let's see. Claptrap is Crook, which is totally cool. I'm going to go into my Slurpuff. They go for high horsepower. I should be able to tank this. Not overly well, but I do tank it. So high horsepower does I'm at 56. Does 33 to 40. Kind of just want to go for Gleam. Cool, they stayed in. But now I can go into my Zygarde. And I think I go for Coil. I'm going to go for Coil first, because if they knock, I should be okay. I don't think they're gonna want to knock though, because they still might want this to be a sack to Drapion. Nah, they're gonna knock here, which is really unfortunate, but I needed the coil in order to not have my sub broken by this thing. They go for Dragon Tail. Ooh. Okay. This is also fine. Because I click Ice Fang here. And I kill. Then all that's left are Ditto, Dragonite, and Gourgeist versus all of them. I stay in. I miss. Which sucks. That is very wide peepo Sag. How do I want to do this? I want to go into a Lecky. Okay. That really stinks. It really stinks. I'm gonna go for a sub first, just to scout and see what they do. Poltergeist, and they miss, which is, oh no, they didn't. I didn't read. I didn't read. Trying to think. I think I'm gonna do this until it gets like super weak. It's gonna sub toxic, like I'm gonna sub protect it. Okay. Man, I really wish I hit that Ice Fang. If I hit that Ice Fang, I think I just won straight away with Drapion. Believe it or not. Which stinks. But you know, it is what it is. I need this thing to be at about 40%. Which it'll take a while. But it will get there. The other thing that I'm kind of trying to do is I'm almost stalling out everything that they can do. So we've seen Poltergeist, we've seen Power Whip. Haven't seen Shadow Sneak yet, which is interesting. Poltergeist, attacked with leftovers, hits. I'm sorry to be doing this, guys. You know, I'm not, this is not the way that I enjoy playing, but Man, imagine if I had 2 T-Spikes up here. Let's see if their synthesis. This is super unfortunate. Because since they're Power Whip will always break my Zygarde sub. I need them to miss one. Like, I just need them to miss one move. I missed an Ice Fang. I need you to miss a Poltergeist. Them going for Dragon Tail with Crocodile was also super smart. I think I'm going to be able to kill them with Regieleki though. Like, it's going to be super close, but I think it's going to do the trick. Their synthesis, no. And they got it on the right play too. Damn. Man, if I Thunderbolted there. Ah. Okay, so I don't think we're going to win this one, guys. Because they're Power Whip. Like, I need to get up a coil first with my Zygarde. I'm going to sub once. I'm going to get them a little bit lower. I'm going to do everything I can, but it is going to be extremely difficult for me to come back from this, guys. I need them to miss one. If I clicked Thunderbolt on that turn and then Thunderbolt again, I could have brought in my Zygarde, forced the synthesis, but I didn't. Gonna click Protect here. If I was Electro Ball over Thunderbolt, I had this game too. Man. Yeah, because I was doing 45 to 54 with Electro Ball. On the turn that they clicked Synthesis and I clicked Protect, if I clicked Electro Ball, we would have been fine. I'm just going to go for Thunderbolt, get the damage off, and then go into Zygarde, set up a +1. Man, that did nothing too. Jeez. Can you miss? Miss? No. Unfortunate. I could go into Cobalion though. Taunt this thing. I might still have a way out of this. $43. I never live a Poltergeist though. I'm gonna taunt in case they synth. They went for Poltergeist. Damn. Oh, yes! That is what we needed. That is what we needed. It sucks, but it's what we needed. I'm sorry. That is the... Wow. Okay. Go for Flash Cannon. 30 to 36, depending on their investment. Doesn't kill, but this Poltergeist should kill us. We lived that. If they go into Dragonite, I'm going to click Flash Cannon. They go for E-Speed. Good play. So now I need to see something. Oh, I definitely live at -1. $54 to $68. Did they click E-Speed here? I don't think they'll click E-Speed because I think they want the damage. They didn't. Yes. 1. Give me 3, 2, 3. What is Ditto's base HP? I'm at 136. I'm at 65. It is a massive roll. 48 HP. Okay. It literally all comes down to this. My scale shot is doing minimum 76%. Their scale shot's doing 54 to 68. I'm at 65. They go for scale shot. They get a crit. Are you kidding me? Stop. And then they win on the crit. I'm so disappointed. Guys, I don't think you understand the hacks that happened in that game. I am so disappointed. I missed. Okay, so what I'm going to do, so I just don't ramble, I'm going to go ahead and cut until the after game thoughts, and then we're going to talk about this because this game I'm super disappointed in. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and pause it until I have the video up, and then I will be right back. Okay, so if you've made it to this point in the video, I'm salty. I'm very salty because I could have won this game, honestly. I could have won this game 4-0 or better. So let's go ahead and scroll through. Like, all this beginning turn, whatever, didn't really mean much of anything. Whenever I get the damage off on Crocodile, right here, and he goes for Dragon Tail, and I bring in this. So I want to take a second and I want to look at everything, right? Because this is kind of like what matters the most, in my opinion. I want this to be I need to turn that down. Okay, So I have Zygarde at full. I have Drapion at about 70%. I have Cobalion where it was. Then I have a full health Regieleki with Thunderbolt, Rapid Spin, Protect, and Substitute. With me getting Dragon Tailed out right here into Drapion. The only things my opponent has left are Dragonite, which I outspeed. The vast majority of the time, if not all the time. No, I don't outspeed it guaranteed, but can't get back up to multi-scale because of what the health it's at. They have a Ditto, which Ditto cannot touch my Drapion. The only thing it'd be able to do is it would be able to knock me off, but I don't really care about that. And then Gourgeist, which if I get the knockoff on it and I get rid of its leftovers, then my Regieleki can actually stall it properly. All I need to do is hit this Ice Fang. This Ice Fang costed me the battle. If I hit this Ice Fang, Drapion won. Drapion did everything that it needed to, just in general. This thing missing Ice Fang is what costed me the game. So that's super unfortunate. Like, I think I even made fine plays, like, after it. I think just I was at such an uphill after this because this thing got off so much damage that it killed, and I don't think knockoff killed it. Because it didn't have an item. I mean, knockoff could have killed it. Maybe. Depending on his investment. He had lefties. So, maybe not. He could have been really, really Fizz Def with Dragon Tail. Like, there's a chance. Like, Ice Fang guaranteed killed. And what is Ice Fang's accuracy? Just to make me feel a little bit worse about myself. 95%. 95% of the time. I shouldn't have to worry about a 95% accurate move to be like, oh, I'm going to go for knockoff for the roll. Like, 95% accurate should be better than a roll, in my opinion. But, you know, it is what it is. So I missed the Ice Fang. And then after this, I bring in Regieleki. And I think in hindsight, actually no, because I didn't have anything else to switch into. Like, I needed to stall this thing down. The other misplay, I guess, was also a misprep. I should have brought Electro Ball, but I figured I figured Jirachi would come, and Electro Ball did a lot less to Jirachi, so I can kind of understand that. But yeah. And then right here, I get the damage off I need. It dies to poison, whatever. Dragonite comes in, get off the Scale Shot, which is exactly what I needed. And then this right here. I also want to point something else out. This Ditto has base 45 HP. I'm going to put on the screen what the calc actually is. So that way you guys can, like, I'm going to try to put a screenshot of it up. But basically, at -1 defense, +1 speed on my end, versus my exact Zygarde, with base 48 HP, with -2 defense and +1 speed, -2 because they'd be going first. If they clicked 1,000 arrows, I lived. If they clicked Scale Shot, I outsped the next turn, or it was a speed tie. But at -2 with 3 hits, I do 100 to 124% minimum. So Ice Fang miss into Scale Shot crit is why I am now 1 and 2. I am so unbelievably salty at this game, which sucks, but I think I played the best I could. I mean, I guess I could have Wish Protected up with Slurpuff maybe, but like, what health was Slurpuff at whenever it died? The Slurpuff was at 56 out of 189. Versus a Crocodile. So I was at 30%. High horsepower does 33 to 40. After grassy terrain and recovery, I guess I could have wished up there, but at the same time, if I didn't get the damage off, I couldn't have gone into Crook and I couldn't have killed it afterwards. I might have been able to wish protect stall it, but I'm honestly not sure. I guess this is a misplay. I guess I could have done that because I would have gained what, 6% from grassy terrain, 6% from leftovers, wished up, protected. Does grassy terrain even go off this turn? It does not. Grassy terrain doesn't even go off this turn. I mean, I guess you still get the recovery from it, right? I think you still get the recovery from it, but either way, I don't know. I'm just super salty. I'm really, really salty about this, which sucks because I don't want to be salty. I'm not salty at my opponent whatsoever. Like, he played very, very well. It's just, I'm salty that the game has a mischance for 95% accurate moves. It's stupid. But with that, guys, I guess that is week 3 out of the way. Yeah. Super frustrated, but I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.